And thanks for joining us tonight for the news at 11. I'm Jane Monreal. Tonight, a Charlotte area family is holding on to hope for justice. According to court and state records, 19-year-old Grace Burton died in March of an accidental overdose on Duke University's campus. The man that was allegedly with her the night she died was in court this week, but no one has been charged for her death. The Burtons' family attorney telling our Julia Kaufman they're fighting to change that.
Elizabeth Grace Burton's sorority sisters say she was hilarious and had the best smile. This Instagram post by Zeta Tau Alpha at UNC-Chapel Hill says she was the director of sisterhood for her chapter. Grace died in March.
She met with Roland on March 9th. It was early in the morning, about 2 o'clock. She goes over to Duke's campus with him, and they go to his dorm room, and they're partying, and at some point, cocaine is purchased.
Chris Adkins is the Burton family attorney. He alleges Grace was with Duke student Patrick Rowland when drugs were bought that morning, which were later found to be laced with fentanyl. Court documents say when Grace became incapacitated, the person with her allegedly called the drug dealer instead of calling for help.
At that point, Rowland contacts Cy Frazier, who is a defendant as well, who comes and carries her body up to Rowland's dorm room.
Court documents back Adkins' claim, saying the ordeal was caught on surveillance video and that someone called 911 about 30 minutes later. 45-year-old Cy Frazier, who police say is known as the Barber, is facing a slew of federal drug charges after investigators say a Raleigh student died from Frazier's fentanyl-laced cocaine the same month as Grace. But he is not facing any charges in Grace's case.
It's my understanding that if fentanyl is included as a cause of death, then Frazier would have been potentially charged with in relation to her death.
Adkins argues Grace's autopsy report could be to blame for the lack of charges. Fentanyl was found in her system, but it's not listed as a cause of death.
When you look at what the medical examiner's office actually provided, they say that the cause of death is cocaine and ethanol toxicity, even though they reference the fentanyl in their own report.
Rowland is facing a federal drug charge after court documents say he was buying drugs from Frazier for several months and selling them to his peers. Adkins says the Burtons want Rowland and Frazier charged for Grace's death, and he's requested the state medical examiner to correct Grace's autopsy. Rowland has pleaded guilty to his charge and is expected to be sentenced in December. Julia Kaufman, WCNC Charlotte.
The Drug Enforcement Agency is the leading investigating agency on the case. They have not said when Frazier's trial will begin for the Raleigh student's death, and we have not heard back yet from Duke University.